Clive and Kerry Daley here from the Daley Hub Consultancy, and we're doing a series of videos with leaders of business and asking what their strategies are and what they're doing in these really difficult times. So we're delighted today to have Laura Bielinski from LOCALIQ with us. I'm going to hand over and say, Laura, first of all, tell us who you are and what you do as a first question.
Hi, I'm Laura Bielinski. I'm the Sales Director at LOCALIQ in Hampshire. We are publishers primarily. You'll possibly know some of our news brands across the UK. We have over 200 and about 90 magazines. We more importantly have quite a large digital business that supports the publishing side of things, where we reach about 30 million unique users with our news content every month. That number has gone up dramatically over the last 6 weeks, so I'll update you on the revised figure, but in our last count it was about 30 million unique users. We also provide digital marketing services advice to solutions to clients, which include website builds, SEO strategies, social strategies, and paid search.
Right.
Wow.
So quite a busy operation.
Yeah, definitely. So what would be your advice to businesses during lockdown?
Well, we literally talk to thousands of businesses across the UK. I have in Hampshire myself about 2,000 businesses that we speak to here and on the Isle of Wight. And in the current market, we're seeing certainly this week that business is quite polarised. We've got about 50% of our businesses are now starting to plan for the future. And about another 50% are still wondering what the future might look like. The advice we give to all of those businesses is start planning. Start planning now. None of us know what that magical date is when we're going to come out the other end. We do know it'll be a phased approach. So the advice we're giving to our clients now is pick 3 things that you can influence right now. What's the 3 things that you can influence right now this week? Which could be your social strategy, it could be keeping in touch with your clients, it could be looking at your processes and your back house operation right now. What's the 3 things that you can influence today and start working on them? We also speak to our clients about, well, certainly we're about to launch a campaign which is business recovery planning. So how can you, when you do have a go-ahead on the group, that day that we can all come out of lockdown, what are the stages that you're going to take now to ensure that the day you can open your doors, you're ready? And you're ready to communicate that to your clients. You have everything ready to go. So you're not going, oh, right, we can open our doors tomorrow. Let's do something about it. Do the planning now so that you're ready to open your doors. Communication, I think, is what we do for a living. We are communicators. It's what our industry does. I have to say that the business advice we're giving people is make sure you communicate with people who are either in your business or on furloughed out of your business. Make sure they still feel part of the team. Make sure they're part of your thinking. We're finding, certainly internally for us, we're getting great innovation coming from our own staff who are thinking about new creative ways that we can improve the business. So sometimes you don't always need to go externally to find the answers. Most of the time you've got the skills internally. Communicate with staff where your head's at, where you're planning, what your plans are, and keep in touch with your clients.
You make a really important point there of engaging people, even if they're on furlough. We have clients where many members of staff are on furlough. It's keeping their engagement. As a digital business, obviously, it's a very crowded field out there right now. It's a bit like what advertising used to be during Christmas.
Yeah.
With various advertising. And I guess the point is about being different. What advice would you give there to people that are trying to stand out from the crowd?
It's each individual company we speak to is different. They've got different needs, different messages, and their digital, everyone's digital strategy will be different. I think making sure you're really clear on what your message is and what your objective is on that digital plan. So, for example, it could be we are open for business, but here is our social distancing plans. And what do you want as a result of that? Well, I want people to pre-book time to come into our allocated sales slots. If you're really clear on what you want to achieve out of it, you can choose the right medium. So for example, doing a post on social media is great, but if you want somebody to actually engage with you and have a call to action, your strategy will maybe be a different social media product. So I think right now, businesses will have different marketing and communication strategies in the phased approach that we're talking about. Right now, it could be, hope you're all well, we're all thinking of you, we're not open right now, but we will be open soon, and just that brand awareness. We're advising clients not to turn off their marketing completely, because it will be a longer tail time to get their name back out there. So for right now, for a lot of businesses, the goal of digital marketing is just brand awareness, or being an information provider. So for example, a lot of accountancy firms and legal firms and professional services, their job right now is they're pushing out a lot of thought leadership, to get business at the other end. So understand where you are in your marketing journey right now within the situation we're in. Is it brand awareness? Do you just need to make sure your name's still out there? Well, social media posting will achieve that. Digital display will achieve that. If there's an actual call to action, as in click onto my page for legal advice, or click onto my page for accountancy advice, or click onto my page for HR advice, then there's a call to action where you're actually looking for business or looking for to generate an interaction with someone. So the products you would use there would probably be a social lead ad. So it gives someone a call to action to do, or a different tone of message within your digital display. So it really depends who the individual is and where they are on that journey. But when we're speaking to clients right now, we've got a number of clients who are just doing brand awareness so that their name hasn't fallen out of our memory, in the 6 to 8 or 12 week period which we're not out and about. For other clients, they are looking, they've developed e-commerce, and so they're now changing their business model to 100% e-commerce. So they're very much a heavyweight call to action campaign, and they're using different digital products for that. So paid search is a key one. For some companies, they're changing their SEO strategy, where they, if I think of some organisations where, again, if I think of an accountancy firm, possibly one sector of their business is toned down, so and another part of their business is toned up. So they will move their SEO work to the area of their business or the pages of their business where they're getting the most return on investment. So knowing where you are in the journey is really important. And planning, when we're talking about media planning, understanding what work you need to do now for 4 weeks' time, 6 weeks' time, until things start to be, fingers crossed, relaxed. It is really important, because if you put in the hard work now, for the clients we are working that way with, they're feeling quite positive because they're actually able to do something. They might not be able to go out and trade, but they're actually feeling quite positive that they're actually able to influence their business now, and they're feeling we're actually doing something, Yeah. So for the business advice I would give people is just make sure that you're not thinking about just today or next week. Let's think about 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. How are you planning to phase your recovery, and what messages will you change as that happens?
And we've had discussions with our clients where it is about that planning ahead, which is quite difficult sometimes right now, because who knows what the future is, but that new normal, and quite a lot of the people that we've spoken to have said actually we're changing and adapting our business for what the future is going to look like. It's going to be a difficult and different year ahead of us.
Definitely. I think swatting up with skills, different skills, what other skills can you do?
Absolutely. And and how do we transact? You know, what is the norm? What was our norm? What's going to be our new norm? I've got one client who's a micro business who doesn't even have a website, but they're now using this opportunity to build a website, and they're managing to transact on social media while they're waiting for this website to be built. And their business is still going. They were really quick in being innovative. They were really quick in getting their message out there. And they were really quick to think of ways for the small business they were, that they could, adhere to social distancing and still sell. It was a fruit and veg provider, and how they could still get their product out there. A number of wholesale clients are now looking into the retail space, which has been quite interesting.
Yeah.
And they're taking, their strategy is very fast moving right now, because from them having multiple outlets they could sell their ware to, they're now having to rethink their whole strategy, and I think their new norm will probably be 50% online retail and 50% wholesale, which is quite a seismic shift.
Yeah, and really exciting actually, because I bet you they had that in their business plan.
No,
Exactly. But
you make some really good points. Plan ahead, keep the wheels turning now, and spend some of this, if there's downtime, building your platform about what you need to be for the future.
Yeah.
Very much for speaking with us today. Good luck with you and your business, and
thank you.
Staff engaged, and thank you very much.
Thank you.